Welcome back, adventurer. I take it General Robin's words kindly kindled a fire within you? Excellent. I feared that the incident within the trader may have soured your opinion of us. It gladdens me to see it isn't the case. But before we can count on you as one of our own, you must be formally inducted into our ranks. The Immortal Flames recruitment officer seems eager to welcome you to Ulda's grand company. Please proceed to the Hall of Flames on Ulda's merchant strip and identify yourself to the personnel director. I will notify him of your coming. With your strength joined to ours, we shall surely prevail over our enemies, be the beastmen or Imperials. What brings you to the Hall of Flames this day, adventurer? My name is Tolucc. I believe you are expecting me? Ah, I thought as much. You are just as our man at the Waking Sands described. It is an honor to meet you, madam. Now, in order to formalize your— Sir! Speak, private. Imperial, sir. They fired on a Skyways airship. Scouts say she's coming down to the west near Horizon's Edge. Bloody hells, of all the times for this to happen. Tolucc, there's no time for formalities. The Immortal Flames need your help now. We're in the midst of a large-scale operation against the Amalja, and we have no one to spare in the western Thanalan. You must get to that ship before the Garleans do. If there are any survivors, see that they don't come to further harm. Now go! An adventure? What are you doing out here? No, wait. Let's find some cover first. The Immortal Flame sent you? How do I know you're not an Imperial spy? You don't even have a uniform. Are you alright, sir? Our scouts reported the attack on your craft. We've come to rescue you. Tolucc, yes? Glad to have you with us. I have not seen a craft of this design before. That trailer Garland has been busy. The secrets of Magitech are ours by right. They are not to be squandered upon the savages of this land. We are taking this craft back to the fortress. Dismantle it if you must, and bring the engineer. Someone must pay for Garland's crimes. They mean to take the ship back to Castrum Meridian, along with your friend. Wedge, you have to help him. That fool of a Lofa-level's hiding inside the tiny Bronco. Nice looking ship, though not the best place to have taken shelter, I agree. It's the first airship we've built since the Calamity, the first since Master Garland, well, since he went missing. After years of work, she was finally ready for her first test flight, and she was soaring, she really was, till those bastards blasted her out of the sky. We attack on my command, kill them quickly, and save the Lofa-level if possible. Is that clear, Tolucc? Show them what becomes of those who play with fire. Charge! We're under attack! To arms! Biggs! Wedge, you shouldn't have stayed with the ship. That was a close one. Too damn close. So, how's she look anyway? The auxiliary propeller is a dead loss, but I think we can wire enough thrust from the main propeller to get us airborne. A few minor modifications and we should be able to fly the tiny Bronco home. The Imperials will come looking for their scouts, but we can defend this position until the engineers leave. You should go, Tolucc. You still have unfinished business to attend to at the Hall of Flames. You're not quite one of us yet, though. Anyone who has seen you in action today would be forgiven for thinking otherwise. I, just wanted to say sorry, for calling you an Imperial spy and all that. Got that one wrong, didn't I? Seriously, though, if you hadn't been for you and the Immortal Flame lad here, we'd have been chained up in a dungeon by now. I'm in your debt, friend. We both are. Wedge? Thank you. We're very grateful. Welcome back, Tolucc. Word of your deeds in the field reached me not long ago. Exemplary service. Rest assured that the Garland Ironworks engineers are fine. They were able to get their vessel back in the air before Imperial enforcements arrived. Your willingness to assist us on such short notice is to be commended. Clearly, your reputation is well deserved. Now then, I believe we have some unfinished business. Shall we continue where we left off and induct you into the Immortal Flames? The personnel officer stands ready to complete your induction into the ranks. Are you ready, Tolucc? Then let us begin. Toluccamite, you stand poised to enter a sacred trust. The flames of Ulda burn bright, casting light where there is dark, and purging evil wheresoever it lurks. We are ever ready to meet the nation's enemies in battle, be they beastmen, Garleans, or worse. And at a word from Frame Lord General Robin Alden, we would gladly lay down our lives to maintain the peace and prosperity of Ulda. To join our ranks, you must forsake all other nations. Only then may you commit yourself to the fire and be reborn as an immortal flame. Burn as one of us, Toluccamite, and together we shall chase the darkness from Ulda. Will you swear an oath to mark this occasion? My sword belongs to Ulda. Spoken like a soldier. You'll do well here. Very well. Your resolve is plain. Toluccamite, I hereby confer upon you the rank of Flame Private 3rd Class. Welcome to the Immortal Flames, Private. May you fight to the last for coin and country. Can you hear me, Tolucc? This has been Philia. An officer of the Immortal Flames contacted me with the news of your enlistment. My congratulations, Private Mite. I have no doubt that you are eager to make the acquaintance of your new comrades, but I would ask that you pay a visit to your old ones first. Remember, though you are now a Flame of Ulda, you are no less a Scion. Pray, return to the Waking Sands at your earliest convenience. There are some friends here whom I would very much like you to meet. We shall be waiting. It seems your presence is required elsewhere. But before you leave, perhaps you could find a moment to speak with Commander Swift. He is not one to see new recruits go into the field unprepared. Swift believes you should get yourself a chocobo. Private Mite, yes? A moment of your time, if you please. You wish to carry out your duties swiftly, do you not? Well, then perhaps you should get yourself a chocobo. If you're interested, the Immortal Flames will furnish you with one. It's not a complex process, but it does require some paperwork. First, speak with the Quartermaster to obtain a Flame Chocobo issuance. You'll need to exchange company seals in order to do so. Once you've received your issuance, show it to Mimigun by the Gate of Nald. He'll be there to furnish you with a bird. Welcome back, Tolucc. Lady Minfilia awaits you within. Welcome back. It seems you wasted no time putting your skills to work. How do I know? Why? The recruitment officer called to regale me with the tale of your heroics. The pride in his voice was palpable. We Scions are truly fortunate to have you with us, Tolucc. Now, when we last spoke, I said that I wanted you to meet some friends, did I not? Well, I neglected to mention that you already met. Tataru, please show them in. This way, sirs. Thanks again for getting us out of that mess. We owe you our lives. But I don't think we've properly introduced ourselves. I'm Biggs. And I'm... Gods, man, spit it out, will you? Wedge, at your service. I am pleased to say that Biggs and Wedge will be staying with us for a while. Magitech-driven contraptions such as the airship grow ever more vital to the city-states of Eorzea. As a neutral party, it was judged that we Scions should serve as the keepers of this technology. Of course, for this we needed the knowledge of experts, and so we requested the assistance of Garland Ironworks, who very kindly sent us 2 of their finest engineers. Our happy family continues to grow. On behalf of the Scions, I bid you welcome to the Waking Sands. Like every soul here, I love Eorzea, and I count myself blessed to have been given this chance to stand with you all and fight for the future of this realm. Never have I known such fulfillment, such happiness. Minfilia needs you to investigate the sylphs.
Now, having set aside the formalities, we have a favor to ask of you. Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have conducted a study at the behest of the Order of the Twin Adder. Papalimo, Ida, a synopsis if you would.
Our task was to survey the behavior of the sylphs, a beast tribe indigenous to the Twelveswood.
Oh, how to describe them. They look like gisselcreens, floating ones, that worship the primal Ramu.
Ahem. Though technically a beast tribe, sylphs are blessed with a comparatively personable demeanor, conducive to peaceful communication.
Offering us an invaluable opportunity to learn what the beast tribes know of the primals.
While Ramu's existence is well documented, the sylphs do not, or perhaps cannot, summon the primal any longer, insofar as can be ascertained. Until such time as we know, it would be unwise to assume that the threat posed by the primal has passed.
Which leaves Gridania with the added worry of not knowing what they should be worrying about.
In that regard, they are hardly alone. What we can say with absolute certainty is that Gridania has its hands full fending off Garuda, who, I need hardly remind you, is among the most savage and terrible of all known primals.
In short, it is essential that we approach the sylphs in as diplomatic a manner as possible. Words and actions can be misconstrued. The only sure way to communicate our intentions is the echo. Winning the sylphs' favor may well bring us a step closer to mitigating the threat of the primals. Will you help us? I am grateful.
Lovely. Well, as much as I'd like to help, I'm afraid I would be of little use to anyone in Gridania. A veritable babe in the woods. Ida and Papalimo, however, should be able to see the forest for the trees. Is that not so, Minfilia?
Indeed. You are willing?
Leave it to me.
Us, Ida, us!
Want a bird issued, you say? Then I'll need to see your flame chocobo issuance. Sylphs. Everything appears to be in order. One moment, please. I'll be right back with your chocobo. And here he is. The fellow has been in high spirits the past few bells. He must have sensed that his master was coming. Now then, to make it official, you'll want to give your noble steed a name. Where? Where? Name your chocobo a burb? Yep. Where? I dare say he likes his name. Here is your very own chocobo whistle. Simply blow into it, and your feathered friend will come bounding to your side. But do forgive him if he doesn't respond when summoned in a crowded city areas or monster-infested lairs. Chocobos are stout-hearted creatures, but they have their limits. And lastly, I present you with your chocobo rider's license as required by law. And that concludes all the formalities. I wish you and your chocobo long years of fulfilling companionship. We know far too little of the Sylphs to lay any worthwhile plans. We must call upon the Scions once more if we are to— beg your pardon. 'Tis a terrible habit of mine to think aloud. But tell me, what brings you to the Adder's Nest? Commander Versailles Hilaru has been awaiting the aid of the Scions. Hail, adventurer. I bid you welcome to the Adder's Nest. Do you seek to entwine your destiny with the Twin Adder? Good evening, Commander. Sorry to disappoint, but other business brings us here today. Ida, Papalimo, always a pleasure to see two of you. My men tell me you quest in the name of the Scions of late. Quite so, Commander. A little bird told us that the Twin Adder was in need of our adventuring prowess. Aye, your little bird sings true. No doubt you've heard that we're investigating the Sylphs, that curious beast tribe that calls the depths of the Twelveswood home. The Sylphs are, for the most part, a peaceable bunch, much to the delight of the Elder Seedseer, who has no desire to see her people embroiled in yet another fruitless war. The Twin Adder is of the same mind, and 'tis precisely for this reason that the Sylphs' relation to the Primal Rama has raised a flag of warning amongst our ranks. Friendly as they may appear, beastmen will be beastmen. Should there ever be a sliver of a chance that the summoning of the Primal might disturb the balance between Gridania and the Sylphic tribes, it is a possibility we cannot ignore. Better to be safe than sorry, indeed. Do we strike at Rama, or leave the Sylphs to their own ways? That's the question, yet I find myself lacking ample knowledge to arrive at an answer. Opinions abound within Gridania, but to only listen to one's own is among the greatest mistakes a commander can make. I would hear from the other side, the Sylphs themselves, and seek an impartial party to serve as my liaison. That is where you Scions come in. The Sylphs of Little Solus remain untempered, and have held many a productive dialogue with our people. I would hear their candid thoughts on their tempered brethren. That said, I urge you to exercise due caution. Sylphic tradition and etiquette bear little resemblance to our own. It would not do to have any cross-cultural faux pas get in the way of our productive parley. En route to Little Solus, you will come upon the Hawthorne Hut. Our officer stationed there can enlighten you as to how to win the Sylphs' favor. May your expedition be a worthwhile one. A friendly palaver with the Sylphs. This should be pleasant enough diversion. The Hawthorne Hut, was it? Why, I believe the ferry departing from West Shore Pier should take us right there. A friendly palaver indeed. I hope this will be as straightforward as you say, Palpamlimo. I happen to be heading across the lake to Sweet Bloom Pier in the East Shroud. Indeed. I'm Ameline of the Twin Adder. I understand you're here to learn of the Sylphs, yes? For all their whimsy, they are a wary lot, particularly since the Empire has come to the Shroud. Earn their trust, however, and they're not as friendly as any folk. They have their quirks, but so do we all, no? Would you know more? Would you do well to speak with the master of this hut? Rolf. He's forgotten about the Sylphs more than you'll ever know. Rolf Hawthorne, patriarch of the beekeeping Hawthorne family, is said to be well versed in Sylphic customs. Come to learn a thing or two about the Sylphs, have you? I'll tell you one thing. They're a peculiar folk. How peculiar, you ask? Well, just let me tell you. Beg pardon, friend. My memory's just not what it used to be. I've seen much and more in my adventuring days, and it's all a clutter in my noggin now. Though I've shared my stories with those around the hut before. You might have more luck with them. The Sylphs? Yes, Father's told me his stories plenty of times. What I've always found most captivating is how their concept of etiquette is almost completely alien to our own. You do best not to underestimate them on account of their childlike looks, lest your face end up a mess of glyphs, squiggles, and chocobo scratches. The quickest way to a quiverwoman's heart might be through her stomach, but don't even think about trying to foist your foodstuffs on a sylph. They sustain themselves simply by bathing in the sun, or so Rolf told me once. The Sylphs? Inveterate tricksters and troublemakers, that's what they are. One day they're drawing marble faces on our masks, the next they're sending our young sentries falling to the bottom of a ravine. Tell them to stop and they just laugh at you. Rolf claims they harbor no ill will, but I dare say such pranks are no laughing matter. Oh, of course, of course. Hearing your stories, well, my stories, has brought the memories flooding back to me. I feel like dancing. Yes, nothing brings people together quite like a little toe tapping. A sylph told me long ago that dancing is a time-honored greeting among their kind. You'd do well to remember this. It just may help win the favor of our forest friends. Rolf Hawthorne would share further knowledge to assist you in befriending the sylphs. Oh, still here, eh? Great! There's one more thing you should know about the sylphs. They don't take kindly to guests who show up empty-handed. To earn their trust, you do well to bring along, drat. What was it again? My wife Rosa and I were just speaking of the matter not days ago. Forgive me, friends. Speak to Rosa at the comb. Her memory should prove more reliable than my own. A peace offering for the sylphs? Were it anyone else, I'd recommend a jar of honey, but I fear that wouldn't get you past their front doorstep. Dear. No, their tastes run more than to the unusual. Are you, perchance, familiar with milkroot? That's what we call the root of the most fiendish seedkin, the ochu. When chewed, it exudes a cloudy liquid that's said to induce curious visions in the imbiber. You'd not catch me dead trying the stuff, but the sylphs seem to enjoy it to no end. I've not seen an ochu around the comb in quite some time, but I did encounter a suspicious clump of grass the other day. Were you to simulate it somehow, with some of this amber syrup, for example, you might be surprised at what comes out. Good luck. Ah, you're back. Was my wife able to direct you to a suitable offering? Milkroot. But of course. Those sylphs quaff that cloudy stuff as quickly as I do a flagon of mead. The effect's just about the same as well. Any road, a gift of milkroot will have the sylphs calling you friend and sister the moment they lay eyes on it. Now let me wrap it up for you. I'm starting to feel a bit woozy. Rolf Hawthorne has gift-wrapped your offering in preparation for your journey into the Sylph's Demise. I've taken the liberty of wrapping your milkroot well and good. This should keep it nice and fresh, not to mention spare you from that god's awful stench. The sylphs love the stuff, but me? I'd rather bury my nose in chocobo dung. I dare say the reek even rivals the breath of the mortal, and put an end to my adventuring days. But can I tell you that story another time? You've much more important matters to attend to today, yes? The sylphs are an eccentric bunch, but I've shared their company enough to know that they're kind at heart. They'll not shun one whose intentions are true. May your parley be a fruitful one, friend. And do stop by on your return. There's a flagon of full flower mead with your name on it if you regale me with your adventuring tales. Ah, and before I forget, don't go traipsing off just yet. Emmeline here would have a word with you. Travel in safety, friend, and do pass along my regards to the winged ones. It's good to see your knowledge of Sylphic culture has matured. I see no reason to delay your mission any further. Upon your arrival at Little Solace, seek out a young sylph by the name of Comexio. He has served as an intermediary between our peoples on many occasions, and has the close ear of his tribe's elder. I see that Hawthorne has furnished you with some of that malodorous root that sylphs so adore. I have something of far greater import for you to deliver, a missive from the elder Seedseer herself. To summarize the letter's contents in brief, it vouches for the integrity of our envoy, that would be you, and restates Gridania's desire to maintain a harmonious relationship with our long-standing friends of the forest. The war with the Exile has taken a toll on our resources. We can ill afford to get mired in another conflict. I need not impress upon you any further the importance of this mission. May the 12 see you return with good tidings. Walking one is not familiar to this one. This one does not trust strange walking ones. Strange dancing ones might be a different story, but this one expects no such thing. Walking one should go home and leave this one be. This one would welcome walking one who moves like these ones. If walking one would talk to this one will answer. This one is a busy one, so walking one should speak with quick tongue. Walking one would bring gift to this one. Walking one is most kind. Walking one brings milkroot. Milkroot fills this one with great joy. This one gives thanks, gives many, many thanks. Walking one carries message for Elder One? This one will deliver the message to Elder One. Walking one should not worry. Hello there, we're envoys from Gridania, and we're here to treat you with your people. Aye, we come to pay our respects to your elder, and to learn from him one more of your Lord Rama. Who are these ones? These walking ones come from Gridania? Walking one become a dancing one and brought milkroot, but walking one tricks this one. This one does not like tricks. This one will speak no more. Elder one is busy. Walking one should go home. Go home, you say, but the sylphs of Little Celeste have always welcomed Gridanian envoys with open wings. The letter carried by Tolucc here is an oath of peace penned by the elder Seedseer herself. Still, you would refuse us? This one's reasons are no business of walking one's. Elder one has no words for Gridania. Walking ones waste everyone's time. Well, I never. Turned away at the gates. Whatever did we do to deserve such a rude welcome? Was Tolucca's jig insufficiently jiggy? I'm as baffled as you, but something tells me recent events have our erstwhile fluttery friends feeling uncommonly wary. It would seem we've no choice but to ask around and see how we might earn their trust. By virtue of the crystal trade, the sylphs have maintained friendly terms with most every race in Eorzea. Alas, the appearance of Rema has been a storm cloud over relations. If peace is to be secured, we must reopen a dialogue with the sylphs before they have had the chance to summon their god again. Ida has a notion of how one might earn the sylphs' trust. Say, Tolucc, Are you in the mood for dancing? That's right, dancing. You went through all the trouble to learn the sylph's traditional greeting, but you've greeted hardly any of them. Why, if I were a sylph, I'd be beside myself with delight to see an adventurer expressing an interest in my culture. Me? Of course I'd be happy to join. Ow, ow, there goes those bloody leg cramps of mine acting up again. Walking One's belly is rumbling? This one is not making a meal. This one is boiling bark and flower seeds to dye thread. Color must be jolly, and so must greet making. Ooh, Walking One knows Jolly Dance. Jolly Dance fills this one with good cheer. Let these two be friends. This one is weaving cloth. Walking One would know more? This one does not trust Walking Ones who do not show respect. Walking One would be friend to these ones? This one is overjoyed. But this one keeps the ways of weaving a secret. Even if Walking One learned the secret, Walking One could never weave in the same way. What does Walking One want with this one? Elder One warned this one not to get too friendly with Walking Ones. Walking One is a friend to these ones. Friendly like gracious Elder One of the Forest City. Knows how to dance into one's hearts. Tolucc, would you like to hear the good news or the better news? The good news is that your lovely dancing has brought smiles and high spirits to all of Little Solace. The better news? Why, I've thoroughly recovered from those accursed leg cramps. Onward to our next adventure. Papa Limo has a notion of how you might endear yourself to the sylphs of Little Solace. Tolucc, as an adventurer, you're no stranger to helping distressed folk, I'd wager. Tales of good deeds are quick to spread. The adventurer who comes to the aid of the local populace can go from stranger to hero overnight. No doubt you see what I'm getting at. The sylphs who make their home in Little Solace do so having been driven from the woodland home. Surely they have a fair share of troubles. Seek out troubled sylphs and say what might be done to ease their worries. A sound plan, would you not say? That said, the sylphs are not known to share their worries with outsiders. You would be better off inquiring with Hera Media of the Gridanians who reside here. She is most like to be privy to the sylphs' troubles. Praise be to the elementals. I cannot express how happy I am to see an adventurer with a truly gentle heart. The sylphs of Little Solace are sorely in need of aid. Pray hear me out. Being a temporary settlement, Little Solace wants for amenities, not least a stout set of defenses. Consequently, beasts from Malms around are free to wander in and terrorize the hapless residents. The Zizgorlins and Galnats that roam these parts are especially troublesome, but slaying one of each should serve as a warning to the rest. Furthermore, perhaps you could gather 3 brownie bushes as well? They play an important role in sylphic culture. I do not claim to know the details, and what with such feral beasts prowling the forest, they are not easily to come by. When you are done with the deeds, seek out Comixio. He is slow to warn the outsiders, but your good intentions will not be lost on him. My own experience speaks to this. Dancing one is still here? Dancing one can dance all day. This one's trust is not so easily earned. Dancing one brings brownie bushes for this one? This one can dye thread once more. This one is pleased. Dancing one kills bitey buzzy too? This one hates bitey buzzy ones. Dancing one is kind, too kind. Many walking ones come to these one's abode, but few are friendly like Dancing One. Perhaps this one was wrong not to trust Dancing One after all. Camuxio of Little Solace would entrust you with a task. This one asks Dancing One for forgiveness. These ones have many troubles since Walking Ones last came to our abode. This one must be careful, always careful. But Dancing One is not like other Walking Ones. This one can trust Dancing One. This one would ask Dancing One for help. Strange Walking Ones with bodies of steel come to the home of these ones. This one thinks steel ones come from the Empire. Where Empire goes, many living ones become dead ones. Trees fall and bushes burn. These ones' home is in danger. Danger! This one begs of Dancing One to help, but this one no more. Dancing One is friends with these ones and Walking Ones, yes? Dancing One must speak to these ones here and Walking Ones in Hut House and find out more. This one has bad feeling. This one fears steel ones are after something, but this one should speak no more. Go, Dancing One. This one depends on the kindness of Dancing One. Strange still walking ones? Yes, this one has seen. Still walking ones carry big boxes. Many walking ones hunt for shiny treasure. This one likes treasure. A word, if you will. The lands beyond this point belong to the sylphs. Unlike the gentle souls in Little Solace, the vicious woodland sprites out there will slaughter any outsider that dares cross their borders. You're free to travel where you please, but no one will come to your rescue should you stride blithely into the jaws of danger. Shush, shush, this one says. Still walking ones are scary, like touched ones. This one hates scary, and scary ones have scary friends. Men clad in strange armor? Why, now that you mention it, I did see some suspicious types of late. They were gathering deep in the forest. I simply assumed they were adventurers. Fearsome types clad head to toe in steel, you say? Imperial soldiers? No doubt. I couldn't tell you what they're plotting, but I'm sure it's nothing good. This one is happy to see Dancing One return. What did Dancing One learn? This one sees. Still walking ones come from the Empire, carry boxes and go walking deep, deep through trees. As this one thought, still walking ones are up to nasty, no good things. This one knows forest well. Still walking ones try to hide, but this one will find them. This one would borrow dancing one's map. This one marks mark, right here. This is where still ones hide. This one knows. Dancing one will go looking for still ones, yes? Dancing one is back? This one breathed a sigh of relief. This one was worried. Dancing one found something? Dancing one found paper inside of box? This is a message from Empire? This one can read walking one's symbols. Message paper has names of food and rocks. Food and rocks were inside boxes. This one knows. But this one does not understand. Food and rocks mentioned come all the way from home of these ones? How do still walking ones know to find them? Is there sneaky one hiding behind this one's wings? Snooping one selling secrets to still walking ones? This one fears for this one's home, but Dancing one has helped this one much today. Dancing one must promise to always be friend to these ones. Tolucc is pining for a wayward friend. Helpful one arrive at a good time. This one needs helpful one's help. One of these ones named Claxio ventured outside Little Solus alone. Alone is unsafe. Helpful one must find Claxio. Claxio struck west after leaving the settlement. Hurry before Claxio ends up in the belly of a beastly one. What? Walking one wants this one to return to Little Solus? Don't make this one laugh. This one is weary of living with those who are not these ones. This one wants to be alone. These ones rely on walking ones for everything. No better than those ones that summoned a primal one. Small wonder this one chose to leave. This one thought this is a likely place to build a home, but then Meddling One arrives, forces this one to go deeper into the forest. Meddling One is forbidden from following this one. Away with Meddling One. What? Claxio refused to these ones and went deeper into the forest? But this one saw touched ones lurking in the forest. Helpful one must hurry and find Claxio. Helpful one should search for spools of thread on the forest floor. Those things will lead Helpful one to Claxio. But hurry before touched ones take Claxio away. Meddling One is back? This one told Meddling One to be gone. Tell Tolucc that this one will never go back. Never! Touch ones should go away too. This one is a good one. Everyone should just leave this one alone. Be on guard, Tolucc. These selves have been tempered, brought under the thrall of their primal Rama. Akin to the Amalja tempered by Ifrit, these selves exist only to serve their deity. They'll not answer to words, only steal. I take no pleasure in this, but it must be done. This one is safe? This one was so scared. Claxio. This one has been worried. So very worried. Is Claxio unarmed? Still in possession of wits? Tolucc. And Meddling One as well. Why are these two here? These two came to rescue Claxio. That Claxio is safe fills one with joy. Tolucc, forgive this one. This one did not mean to run away from the Little Solace. This one was just afraid. These ones who live at Little Solace were changing, becoming friendly with other ones. This one feared that these ones were forgetting who these ones are, like touched ones did. But this one was wrong. This one can see that now. Helpful one. This one is grateful. This one will return to Little Solace to be with Tolucc and friendly others. Well, that should see to that. What say we return to Little Solace as well? I, for one, could do with a nice hot bath. This one thought Claxio was lost forever. Helpful One saved Claxio. Now these ones can be family again. This one has known many walking ones, even many kind walking ones, but Helpful One is kindest and strongest of all. Helpful One is a hero to these ones. Helpful One will bring these ones and walking ones closer together. This one knows. This one would take Helpful One to see Elder One. But Elder One is...